About 3 or 4 years ago, I used to regularly browse on AliExpress at least once a day. But for the last couple of years, that browsing has slowed down to maybe once every few months. And that's basically just to check out what's new and maybe see if I can find a budget BFS gem, whether it be a reel or a rod. And this was even before all the tariff issues that we had. But I'll admit it's been months since I've been on AliExpress. But I went on there the other day just to see if the next generation of bait finesse reels has come out yet, and I was really disappointed. And that begs the question, did China move way too fast in developing their bait finesse reels, and now they kind of have nowhere to go? I could be wrong, and let me know in the comment section, has everything moved to Temu instead of AliExpress? But let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we are on AliExpress. I'm just going to type in the search bait finesse reel. And let's see what we got here. So we have a reel called the Anatono Silver Rhino. Let's check this out. It's a cool looking reel, only $40. So that's definitely a budget price reel. But let's see if we got any kind of new groundbreaking advancements in technology that kind of pushes bait finesse forward. Alright, so far nothing. Weighs only 130 grams, so it's definitely not the lightest reel out there. Kind of looks like the silver feather. Alright, so nope, nothing so far. A bunch of bad marketing. Right, still not seeing anything new. Okay, there's the brake system, which doesn't look like anything new. Spool, 5.7 grams. By today's standards, that's heavy. So, not saying this is a bad BFS reel. It's actually probably going to be pretty good for its price point, but yeah, it's nothing that we haven't seen before in other reels. So let's move on. Okay, ALDEBARAN BFS spools. Those are old. High boat rise Ultra Air. Came out in 2024. It's about to be 2026. I've got one. Excellent reel, but it's not new. Looks like the Dark Wolf Ultra is still for sale. That's like a 3 or 4 year old reel. Nothing. Now, browsing on AliExpress is not the most comprehensive experience. You kind of have to accidentally discover things just by following different links here and there. But Histar Aurora Air, still for sale. And also leave in the comments section if there's a brand new Chinese market bait finesse reel that you know of, and I will go and check it out. Alright, some more spools. So nothing really new here. Sear is still around. Let's go to the second page. In fact, some of the reels have disappeared. Yeah, all I'm seeing is just low-end slop. Nothing that makes me want to just pull the trigger like I used to do. And they're, of course, mixing in spinning reels. So let's try to change our search. We'll go BFS reel. Yep, pretty much the same results. What is this? Ashmoon alloy bait casting reel. $87. Let's see. Well, let's check this out. Alright, Soloking, famous brand for their Acura, which is a clone of the Black Knight 2. So they're saying alloy, that means it's a metal frame. So this is not a BFS reel. You can see that the spool is quite deep. I mean, it might be a good bass fishing reel, but we're looking for BFS. There's all the different spool depths and spool weights. Nothing groundbreaking there. Looks to have a static mag track style brake system. I mean, it's a good looking reel, but now something's changed with AliExpress. Usually when you scroll down to the bottom of a product, they'll have like a bar of recommended products on the bottom, and often you'll see something cool that didn't come up in the search. So they must have changed that. Alright, let's see here. Histar Aurora, the carbon version, that's old. So when you've been on AliExpress as long as I have, you notice things come in waves. Now the first wave was of course the SHIMANO XF50 and the Hybo Steed, and then a few months after that came the, here's an interesting reel, Histar Verdant. I think I saw this a few months ago. It's like a imitation ALDEBARAN. Well, let's check that out. $63. I mean, but what's going to be the difference between this and like the Aurora? 118 gram carbon fiber, 4.8 gram super light spool, cool looking little reel. Brake system looks to be, I don't know, just some kind of a form of static brakes. Carbon fiber everything, 4.85 gram spool. So the spool itself is not even the lightest in Histar's lineup. But yeah, right here you can see that they are mimicking the current ALDEBARAN BFS looks. And once again, not saying this is a bad reel, but it's not anything we've not already seen before. Now if you have this reel and you're watching, let us know in the comments how it performs. But anyway, after the SHIMANO XF50 and Hybo Steed came the infamous Fishband GH100, along with the KASTKING Zephyr, and then a couple of other reels that I've done reviews on. And then after that came like the Shenghe Lingle, the Clamber Hyper Micro, the first one. And then after that came like the Dark Wolf Ultra Phase, the Black Knight 2 and all the variants. And then after that, I believe came like the, I think it's called the Silver Feather, and then the Histar Aurora Air and its variants, KASTKING, Kestrel, Elite, and Valiant Eagle 2. And now we're on to what appears to be, everyone is coming out with some kind of a DC reel. So yeah, nothing. I'm not seeing anything that makes me think, wow, I want that. Add to cart and pay. There's the DK100. Maybe it's just my search parameters. Alright, let's see what Hybo has. I know they had a really ultra high-end reel called Meloria or something like that. But then they came out with this reel right here, the Cyber Z, which is one of those DC reels that everyone is coming out with that uses the same brake system, just housed in different branded bodies. So they have a non-Bluetooth and Bluetooth model, $152. I mean, it looks like it has a deep spool. But yeah, I mean, did everything go to Temu? Now, I haven't been on Temu because AliExpress was enough for me. Plus the fact that I just stopped browsing AliExpress all of a sudden for some reason. Yep, the Hybo Rise Air is still there. Price is still high. Where's that Meloria? So even shopping is kind of harder now because, wow, $60 shipping? Are they crazy? Because they've changed out the layout. But yeah, I have this reel. It's an awesome reel. I don't know about $230 awesome, but it was much cheaper back then. So yeah, it looks like China has moved way too fast in the bait finesse market, and they've kind of painted themselves in a corner with lighter and lighter reels, smaller and lighter spools. I mean, there's only so far you can get with shrinking and lightening a spool to where it becomes impractical. And it looks like we're seeing kind of like a lull in new BFS reels coming out of China. And once again, I could be wrong. If there's a reel out there that you're not seeing on this search, leave it in the comments and I will definitely check it out. But like I said, the search feature on AliExpress is very weird. You have to type in different variations of what you're searching for. It'll give you, for the most part, kind of different results. But yeah, look at this. Nothing new. There's that fake Casitas BFS reel, only $12. So I wonder how they're going to respond to this lull in bait finesse, I guess, advancement in China. Maybe the pendulum is going to swing back the other way, where they're going to give us taller spools that are a little bit heavier for better long distance casting of lightweight lures, because fishing tackle is just a circle. Something goes away and then the circle comes back around and you get the same thing. But anyways, guys, just a quick video on the sad state of affairs of what's going on in the Chinese market, especially for bait finesse tackle. But maybe they will surprise us in the future and come out with something truly amazing. All right, guys, thanks a lot.